Hello everyone, I'm the Lexo63. Here's another video from me. So today we are going to be reviewing Thor Ragnarok for our Season 2 finale. So let's start off by reading the plot synopsis, shall we? In Marvel Studios' Thor Ragnarok, Thor must race against time to stop Ragnarok, the destruction of his world, and the end of Asgardian civilization at the hands of the ruthless Hela. So basically, this movie this is the best Thor movie out of the series. It is because of the fact that it stops taking itself so seriously like the other two did. Which I honestly think helps this a lot. So let's move right on ahead to the characters. So first, we have the title character, Thor, played by Chris Hemsworth. Thor in this movie has a really good story arc. Basically, he ends up stopping Ragnarok and then goes off to find Odin. But then when he arrives, he learns that he had a sister and basically has to stop her from destroying Asgard. But when she shows up, she basically punches him out of the teleport thing. She has to punch him out of that, and then he basically ends up on Sakaar, a planet that has a planet run by the Grand Master. Now Sakaar basically has gladiatorial combat in it, which is really helps move the plot along, I guess. So next is Tom Hiddleston as Loki. Loki was great in this movie. He was a trickster as always. Basically, he was on good footing with the Grandmaster, so they were like friends. And Thor was mad because he's like, well, because like in his mind, it's like, why don't you just tell him that we're brothers and then I can get out of this mess? But basically, in order for Thor to get free, he has to fight the champion, who is the Hulk. And when the champion gets revealed to us, somehow it's the first time that it's revealed to Loki. I don't know how, but he basically just has Avengers flashbacks, and he's like, yeah, I'm out here. Not gonna be staying here anymore. So next we've got Cate Blanchett as Hela, the villain. I recently reviewed a movie with Cate Blanchett. I reviewed Indiana Jones 4. That movie wasn't very good. And she was not a very strong villain in that. But however, she's also kind of a weak villain in this one. She's not as interesting of a character as the Grand Master. And I don't think that that's really the fault of anyone. Because, I mean, when you have two villains played by, when the villains are played by Cate Blanchett and Jeff Goldblum, who do you think is going to get more screen time? So basically, Hela and her trying to cause Ragnarok and destroy Asgard. Well, actually, she tried to rule Asgard. That whole thing was basically a B plot. So next is Heimdall, who is pretty much the same character in all the Thor movies, but I'll talk about him here just in case I don't review the other Thor movies. So basically, he does have a different role in this one, though. He basically is not allowed to be in Asgard anymore because of negligence of duty, which I don't know if he's guilty of or not, but basically Heimdall isn't really, I don't know how to say this. Yeah, he's basically banished from Asgard when Loki's ruling it at the beginning in place of Odin. And in this, he basically steals the sword that operates the, like, portal thing or whatever. And so that no one else can get in or out of Asgard without, like, a ship or anything. And so that's all I'm gonna say about him. Next, let's move on to Jeff Goldblum as the Grandmaster. The Grandmaster is a better villain than Hela, in my opinion. Because it's just how likable he is. Like, even when he's, like, murdering people, he's still somehow likable, and it's probably just because he's played by Jeff Goldblum. Because Jeff Goldblum is a very likable character. No matter who he's playing. So next, let's move on to Valkyrie. I don't really have as much to say about her. She was basically a former protector of Asgard, but when she fought Hela and all the other Valkyries were murdered, I should say, she basically became an alcoholic. So next, we have Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. He basically is on Sakaar, and he was like, that's basically where he ended up after Avengers Age of Ultron. And that's basically where he was, and pretty much the battle on Sakaar is basically a miniaturized version of Civil War between just Thor and Hulk. And basically this is like, well, where were they during Civil War? And it's like, well, they were here. So next, I guess I'll talk about Scourge. He's basically Hela's executioner, and really is only there to have a sort of redemption moment at the end. So, yeah. Alright, well, that's the movie. So, final thoughts. This movie is really great. It has a very lighthearted tone. It's very funny, especially the part where, like, Thor is in the arena, and then the Hulk comes out and he's like, yes! That is basically one of the funniest jokes, and, I mean, it'd be even more funny if it weren't revealed in the trailer, but yeah, the movie's very funny. It has some great action as well. So those are basically it for final thoughts. Alright, well, I guess that's the end of Season 2. So, guess I'll be seeing you. What the heck happened? What in the world is going on? Where? Oh, I think I'm being teleported somewhere, so... Alright, I'm being teleported. Yep, this is happening. Alright, well, I'll see you guys in Season 3. I think I'll upload that video in a week. This is Alexo623, signing off.